Hello, it's Shades. Today I'll be reviewing Watashi ga Motete Dosunda, or as it is in English, Kiss Him Not Me. I'll be reviewing both the anime and the manga. Before I start with the review, I usually explain how I discovered the anime, as I usually discover these shows a few years after they came out. If you're not interested in my explanation, please read the description so you'll know where to skip to. I was watching one of my videos on YouTube in a non-narcissistic way, just to more accurately check the amount of views when the autoplay had a short anime clip called Too Fat. It sounded intriguing and described me perfectly, so I watched it. I didn't know what anime it was from, and then another recommended clip said, When You Lose Weight. This clip is from the anime I'll be reviewing today. The clip showed the beginning part of the anime, the parts where the main protagonist, Kai Sadanuma, unrealistically drops the pounds. This anime is a reverse harem. The main female protagonist, Kai Sadanuma, a second-year student, is obese from spending all her time obsessing over boy love mangas. I had to look up what boy love was, so I'll explain. It's usually written by women for women about romantic relationships between guys. Someone who likes this is called a fujoshi, which translates to rotten girl. She was watching her favorite anime, Mirage Saga, when her favorite character, Shion, died. She stayed in her room wrapped under blankets with no food and probably no drinks for a week, mourning his death. Her mother resorts to asking Kai's older brother, Takuro, to help his sister. He busts open the door and demands she come out. She goes into the bathroom for a shower and is totally shocked to see that she is suddenly skinny and remarks that the mirror is broken. She goes back to school and everyone is surprised and swarms around her. They are told to calm down. 4 boys, 3 of which who previously didn't pay that much attention to her, are suddenly smitten and pursue her. Their names are Igarashi Yusuke, Shinomiya Hayato, Nanashima Nozomu, and Mutsumi Asuma. Shinomiya is a first-year student who, when Kai was obese and in the health room, remarked that she was faking but became nice as soon as Kai slimmed down. Nanashima Nozomu, a second-year student, highly resembles Shion with blonde hair and green eyes. He is the more brash and insensitive one of the group, who often speaks without thinking. Igarashi Yusuke, a second-year student, is close friends with Nanashima and also joins the group of suitors and starts paying attention to Kai. Mutsumi Asuma, a third-year student, immediately recognized Kai in the health room due to her personality, and is calm, extremely selfless, and non-assertive, and shows genuine interests in Kai's otaku stuff. Another suitor is Nishina Shima, a first-year female student who fangirls with Kai about otaku and boy love stuff. In the manga, it was revealed that she used to know Kai when she was obese, but couldn't find Kai when she lost the weight due to her being unrecognizable, but they reunited at a cosplay event. A recurring theme in this anime is sexual assault. This first happens in the 3rd episode, where some male students from another high school show up at the culture festival and try to get Kai, who is dressed in a maid outfit, to service them. The boys come to her rescue and fight them off. In the 9th episode, some strangers in the beach episode try to be with Kai just for her looks. What I don't like about this anime is how Kai is a damsel in distress. Whenever she is put in these dangerous situations, her suitors always fight off the bad guys and rescue her. This anime came out over a year ago, and I'm surprised it wasn't more progressive. Maybe it's because I'm a feminist, but I wanted to see a female protagonist who is a badass who can fight her own battles and who isn't helpless. It's demeaning to women, and even though I don't know any martial arts or self-defense, I wouldn't just stand there afraid. At first, I'd run, and if I got cornered or ran out of breath, I'd pathetically try to defend myself, swinging my metal water bottle. Even if the female protagonist isn't a professional karate fighter who knocks out 5 bad guys on her own, I'd like to at least see her try to help herself. If she isn't going to physically try, at least be smart and call 911. Another thing I didn't like was how the male suitors didn't see Nishina as a threat and didn't take her seriously because she was a girl. They were all, we don't have to worry about Nishina ending up with Kai because Kai is a lesbian, she's more likely to be straight. They didn't take her seriously until she kissed Kai while they were demonstrating boy love poses. I think that was definitely sexist, and it's sad how they could only take her seriously after she gave Kai her first kiss. I also didn't like how shallow the boys were being at first. This is with the exception of Mutsumi and Nishina, even though she's a girl. Whenever Kai would gain back her weight, the boys would eagerly help her lose it, to the point of her getting injured from overworking herself in episode 5. Nishina fed Kai pastries and felt that Nanashima especially was being too shallow and shouldn't have pushed Kai so hard, and felt that Kai should remain the way she is. Mutsumi said it was up to Kai whether or not to continue working out. That brings me to another small thing I didn't like. This will probably get some of you guys triggered, so trigger warning right here, guys. Look in the description to know where to skip this part to. Nishina's fat acceptance of Kai. Fat acceptance isn't okay, at least modern fat acceptance. It used to be, don't let anyone mistreat you due to your size. It's not okay for them to bully you. It's good to acknowledge the problem and lose weight for your own health and for yourself, not to appease those who think you're an eyesore. Now it's be confident and don't try to lose the weight for your own health because you're beautiful, and don't give in to the haters by losing weight. If the weight is detrimental to your health, lose it instead of sitting there thinking it's okay, too busy embracing your beauty instead of being concerned about possible health problems. It's an unpopular perspective, but not everyone can handle how it really is. Additionally, I think some of the viewers of the anime could have been insulted at how when Kai gained weight, her voice would sound more stuffy, like all those pounds were crushing her vocal cords, when, in reality, weight gain doesn't affect voice. It was also unrealistic how Kai's hair became ombre purple, her eyes became bigger, she didn't need glasses, and she somehow had a small uniform and smaller shoes that fit her well, as how would she quickly get a hold of one if before she was always obese? I don't know how exactly I feel about this, but in the manga, a girl who liked or used to like Igarashi told Kai to stop leading the other guys and girl Nishina on, as it was cruel to keep them waiting so long. I mean, it was true, but Kai didn't know how to deal with all of that attention and wanted them to take it slow in episode 3 and would be startled whenever Igarashi would put moves on her, so I guess I'm not really taking either side as I can see both. Now I will mention what I like about the anime after bashing it. Unlike Watermelon, I actually have positive things to say about this one and will rate it more than 2 stars. I looked forward to each episode and it was actually pretty funny. I was really sad when I was done watching all the episodes, or so I thought. I apparently missed the 8th episode, the funniest one. It showed Nanashima being really friendly to his cute little sister who liked Puri Puri Moon, a parody of Sailor Moon. He let her put a pink clip in his hair, and he willingly and happily did the dances and poses with his sister regarding the show. The episode made him less hateable, as before he was my least favorite character, as he was the most shallow and rude. Then my least favorite character became Igarashi, as he wouldn't listen to Kai's request to take it slow, and would make her uncomfortable by flirting with her too much. This anime was actually interesting enough for me to read the manga to find out who Kai would end up with, even though I unfortunately found the spoiler in the wiki when I wanted to remember the characters' names. But I still wanted to read it to at least find out how she'd end up married to one of the suitors, which shows that I must have enjoyed the anime enough to spend a few days reading the manga. I was sad that the anime kept promising a second season that kept getting postponed, but I was satisfied with the manga, and if a second season of the anime came out, I'd still watch. Something to note about the manga I read was that I didn't read the volumes, the books, but online I read what appeared to be monthly issues that came in around 55 chapters. There may be some extra scenes or content in the volumes, but the online version still had lots of storyline, and I did get an ending. The fandom seems to have varying ships, and I don't really ship any of the characters really hard, but there are some characters that I'd rather see Kai end up with than others. Nanashima seems too shallow for Kai. I don't trust Igarashi with Kai, as in the manga, his friends even nicknamed him Creeperashi for wanting to touch Kai's breasts when he switched bodies with her. Shinomiya, even though he was kind of shallow at first, is more respectful than Nanashima, and it would be kind of cute to see him with Kai. Nishina is Kai's soulmate, and they are best friends. I approve, and I would approve of Kai being with Asuma because he is chill and the kindest of them all. I'll provide a link to the manga in the description so y'all can read it if you're interested. Although, be warned, every now and then there are inappropriate pictures, whether it be Kai in the shower or a sex scene, so if you're uncomfortable with those kind of things, I know I was, or don't want your innocence to be ruined, read at your own risk. I give this anime 4 stars surprisingly. Even though I had lots of criticism about it, it was fun and kind of addicting to watch and read. And I like Kai's hair so much, I actually bought an ombre purple Kai wig off Lucario to wear over the summer, as I never had an unnatural hair color due to strict dress code, and it would be too damaging to bleach and get my hair a fashion color just for the summer if nobody I know is going to see it. I must have really liked the anime if I was going to buy merch, other wig supplies like the cap and detergent, and do tons of research on how to take care of a wig. I'm not going to cosplay as I'm not pale or tall enough to pass as Kai, but I'll wear the wig when I take exam prep classes over the summer. If any of you are interested, I'll provide a link in the description for that. If possible, I'll even throw in a link to the beanie I was going to wear with it, but no guarantees as I just bought the last one. Even though I like the anime, it's hard to tell if I read the manga because it had kind of a bachelorette element to it and I only read to see who she'd end up with, or if I genuinely like the anime enough. Although I guess it's the latter, as even after reading spoilers, I still read the whole manga. That was my review. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you thought it was insightful, feel free to leave a like. And if you're interested in a future Doki Doki Literature Club related video, subscribe and comment a request so I know that there's demand for it. Thanks for sticking to the end. See you guys next time. Shades out.